R2 the motherfucking dog.
Why they mad?
Hey, yo,
I ain't
Pluto,
even feeling like
you going
doing this
brazen?
shit.
Ah,
But let's get it. Yeah, it's probably the realest shit I ever wrote. BIP Red Dog 1.
the O is for the 16 ounces that's in a whole pound. They really out here feeling my music. Shout out the whole town. K is for the killers I know who keep the 4 pound. You give an inch, he taking a mile like it was 4th down. The L is for the ladies for sure. I mean the real ones who out here working hard for they.
What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy R2, and I'm back with another banger. You know what I'm saying? So go and get your popcorn and your cold drink, you know what I'm saying? And go on down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell. So when I drop these bangers, you be one of the first ones to put your eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, first off, this episode right here, man, this is a tribute to the grind. You know what I'm saying? I want to congratulate myself, and I also want to celebrate with y'all, man, on me reaching 1,000 subscribers, man. I definitely appreciate y'all, man. Y'all really showing me that y'all, mess with my story, man. You know what I mean? Y'all really, helped me have the confidence, man, to keep doing this. And, y'all support is what drives me to keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? I've been missing in action for a couple of days for a couple of reasons. Um, reason number one, um, I believe it was Monday night. No, Sunday night. My squad, the Oklahoma City Thunder, we faced game one against we played game one of the playoffs, you know what I mean? First round, we playing against the New Orleans Pelicans, you know what I'm saying? Man, we got at the Pelicans game one. We did our thing. Oklahoma City, man, I'm proud of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Stand the F up, man. Let's go. Anybody from Oklahoma, man, jump in the comments right now, man. Leave something positive about the Thunder, man. We're going to try to take this championship, man. It's our year, you know what I mean? We got nothing but a squad full of young dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? I had so much fun at the game that I ended up going hoarse, man. Um, Going to an Oklahoma City Thunder game, man, this was really important to me because it was my first one. You know, we've been having this team since I think about 2009, 2010 area. You know, we've been having this team since then. This is my first time being able to, you know what I mean, go and go to a game. I was released from prison July 1st of 2020. So, this is my first time getting to a game. And it was very special for me, man. The environment was lit. You know, the crowd was lit. You know, the game was lit. The players is lit. My city is lit. You dig what I'm saying? And we represented. And yeah, man, I was hoarse. You know what I mean? I couldn't even, barely even talk. You know, it was like barely even audible. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't gonna try to make a video. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all would have been clowning my voice and, we can't hear you, big dog. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the reasons. I was hoarse for like 2 days. I was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have got some live footage, but I don't want to, get too much into my personal life as far as like, what I'm doing or where I'm at and all that. I ain't into all that. We're just gonna keep dropping these bangers and we're gonna keep getting these videos out, and we're gonna keep it real, but we're gonna keep it real vague and real, but enough where you can get the story, you know what I'm saying? Another reason why I haven't dropped in a couple of days, man, I had been going, did some interviews with a job. Well, let me kind of rewind a little bit. Recently, man, I got my CDLs, y'all. You know what I'm saying? After being in the pen, man, for 7 years, this last stretch, man, you get tired of you got nothing but time to think, you know what I'm saying? So I got tired of, living the life that I was living, man. I asked God to take away, my urge to smoke water, you know what I'm saying? And thank God to this day, I've been 4 or 5 years clean. He took that urge away from me, you know what I'm saying? So this is a message to anybody, man. All you gotta do is have a little faith, just a little faith. Even to pray, you gotta have a little faith, you know what I'm saying? Because what are you praying to? Who are you praying to, if you don't have no faith or believe in nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just a shred of faith, bro. God bless me, took that urge away from me, you know what I mean? Took that basically addiction. I was basically addicted to PCP, and he took that addiction away from me. He delivered me from that. And I was able to convert my life, man, into a life that's about something that's, on the way to be something. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who's ever been to prison or been, down, you're a felon, you got this, and that, don't feel bad. You're not the only one out there, that done been through something, that done seen the penitentiary, that done been out here and seen, the scrutiny that we get and the challenges that we face when we come home from prison, and you don't really have the support or people that care about you. I was fortunate, I'm fortunate to be one of those people that have a support system. I got a wife, I got a mother, I got aunties, uncles, family members, real close people who care about me, who want to see me do better, who always knew I had the best potential, one of the smartest, kids in the class, always since a youngster. You know what I mean? My family, they know me to be a smart person, but when you in your, 18, 19, 20 year old stage, and you make these bad decisions, it's not always looked at as the right thing, from your family members. They're gonna give you, if they anything like my family members, they're gonna give you hell about the decisions that you choose to make with your life. I'm 35 years old. My mother still, feel like, I'm her baby. She still feel like she got so, control over my life, which I love that, it's my mother, that's what she's supposed to do. But at the same time, kids want to, people want to make their own mistakes and bump their own head. I had to bump my own head. My mother been telling me since the beginning of the time, the streets don't love you. Get out them streets. You got the wrong idea about the streets. But me being a young man, the influence was already, the influence was already set in, so in my mind, I had it already made up of what, lifestyle that I wanted to be a part of, and it just so happened to be one that may have not, well, we're not going to say may, one that was not the best choice for a young black male in, society. You know what I'm saying? To me, the worst thing that ever was brought and introduced to blacks as a whole is gangs, in my opinion. It ruined our people. It just further, pushed us towards the Willie Lynch syndrome. Black people as a whole, we can't really, get ahead because we're so worried about, being in competition with each other. And I think that's a sickness that black people suffer from. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. But anyway, so I got my CDLs, y'all. After months, I went to CDL school. It's only supposed to be 4 weeks. I turned that 4 weeks into about 3 or 4 months. You know what I'm saying? To keep it real, I passed my written on the first try. I passed the written exam first try. I got my permit the first week I was in school, but the backing, man, listen here, man, I failed that. I failed that daggum parallel. I failed that parallel. Now, parking a trailer is way different than parking a vehicle. I failed that parallel about 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And then I passed the parallel by the skin of my teeth. And then I get to the drive section. Now I can't pass the drive. I failed to drive about 4 or 5 times, So I took every step, I took every emotion into getting my CDL. Well, after I graduated, got my CDL, finally got certified and everything else, I kind of figured I was going to be able to get a job easy because, everybody don't have a CDL, but, I found out that was wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to hire you unless you got such and such and such and such years of experience with this and that and this and that company. Well, if I just went and got my CDL, obviously I don't have any experience. I just got my CDL, you know what I'm saying? And you can't, be over the road and hauling trucks, all over without a CDL, period. You know what I mean? So, well, my mother didn't really want me to be over the road anyway. And me personally, after doing time, being away from home so long, I really don't want to be away from the family, be away from the kids, be away from my wife, so I really was trying to find something local. And, up until I found this recent position that I just was hired on for a local position. And, I was getting my stuff together, in the last couple of days, I've been in training, just that and the third with the job, so my real life has been, taken up more of my time. You know what I'm saying? Because before I was doing this, I was a barber. I'm a barber. Everybody that knows me know that I cut hair and I'm a barber. That's what I do. But since I came home, that's what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man. Anybody who out there feeling doubtful that you done been to the pen and you're trying to find a way, listen, man. Think about a CDL. Think about going to barber college. Those are two things that I've accomplished since I've been home in the 4 years that I've been home, going on 5. You know what I'm saying? So that's just some motivation, man, for y'all. That ain't the story. That's just some motivation for the video. And we reached 1,000 subscribers, man. That's major. We over 1,000 subscribers. That's major. I definitely appreciate y'all. I definitely love each and every one of y'all, man. Keep the comments coming. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the comments. I don't care if it's negative or positive. If it's negative, most of those I'm just gonna look over. But some hit me a little different than others. So if I get back at you with you was on a negative comment, I'm gonna hit you with some positive. My mama always taught me killing with kindness. You know what I'm saying? But just know, you know what I'm saying? If we ever bump shoulders and I find out, you playing games in my comments and all that, man, it's gonna be some hell to tell the captain. You dig what I'm saying? Because I'm never too old to get out there and slang these things. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put you up. I just want to beat you up for a second. You know what I'm saying? Show you it's real. You know what I'm saying? Show you everybody don't play. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're gonna joke, we're gonna kick it, we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying? So if you reach this point of the video, I'm gonna say this again, man. I appreciate we over 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate the support. Go on down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then go and hit that bell. So when I drop these bangers, man, you be one of the first ones to get your eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, man, this story right here is a funny story because I still get clowned about it to this day. You know what I'm saying? This story is basically about the worst haircut that I could ever have had. You know what I'm saying? Being who I am and what I represent, and where I come from. You know what I'm saying? And the clique of the group of guys that I grew up with still kicking with to this day. We locked in, we group chat, we game night party, on grown man time, you know what I mean? So real steppers, all of these guys, real steppers, you know what I'm saying? But we all 35 and up, we living, man. One of my guys just had a baby, I guess I'm next because, I'm probably the only one left with no kids, man, no biological kids, but I got kids. You dig what I'm saying? I'm married, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, man, this is about the worst haircut ever. So let me tell you how this haircut comes about and why it's so embarrassing to me and why, it was so, so much of a kind of a effect because, I still get clowned about it today. So it was one of those, embarrassing moments that stuck is gonna stick with me forever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, now this is, around, 2008, this is when I, got involved, with the homies from Murder One. When I met these guys, since the day I met them, it's been love. Just from an honest perspective, an honest point of view. When I bumped into the Murder One homies, I, immediately could see that they were more advanced as far as like, being Bloods. Not like advanced, but more aggressive, I would say, and more of a reputation for being aggressive, more than a reputation for being, you know, Murder One speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, man, I ended up hooking up with these guys in 2008, on the strength that my auntie lives on 13th and Marydale. Well, 13th and Marydale is very significant to the Murder One. You know what I'm saying? We're going to say that. Very significant to the Murder One. So, I grew up, my auntie stayed there, so I always was there, real close to my auntie, and one day I just decided to, cruise through the neighborhood. My little cousin, he had electric scooters and all this type of stuff. So, I strolled through the neighborhood, I'm just riding through, now I didn't know that it was Bloods in this neighborhood. I didn't know anything about this area. All I know is my auntie stay here. You know what I'm saying? So, this is not the north side where I know every nook and cranny. You know what I'm saying? Every turn, every bump, every speed bump. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, this is unfamiliar territory, which will soon become familiar territory. You know what I'm saying? So I go and I'm riding the scooter and I just so happen to come up on the park. Well, it must have been a Sunday, because everybody was out there. The homies was out there, oh, it's Bloods over here, and I'm a Blood, you know what I'm saying? So I slide through the park, and however that introduction went, I end up this end up being something that I started to do on the regular. You know what I'm saying? So once I made that connection to my auntie's house, and this is the neighborhood, and oh, this is what this is. I want to be out here all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think I was even living with my auntie at the time. Yeah, because I was working. She had helped me get a job where she worked. I was working at Camray. They make valves for the oil company and stuff like that. Manufacturing plant. You know what I'm saying? Way back then. I was about maybe 19. You know what I'm saying? I think I was fresh out of Job Corps. I got put out of Job Corps because I couldn't stop. I couldn't put the trees down. You know what I'm saying? And what I didn't know was that they was going to UA me when I first got to Job Corps. And if you don't pass that UA, they put you on something called TEEP. And I end up being on that for 45 days. And if you don't pass that drug test after that 45 days, they put you out. And you can put two and two together. I couldn't stop smoking, got put out. You know what I'm saying? So I had just got out of Job Corps. You know what I'm saying? So I'm living with my auntie at the time, and I'm working where I'm working. But in my free time, I'm kicking it with the homies now. You know what I'm saying? So I developed a relationship with the fourth gen. You know what I'm saying? A tight brother relationship, which I still have to this day. Went through some ups and downs, but overall, I love them. They love me. You know what I mean? They really, amplify my gangster, you should say. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hooked up with the fourth gen. You know what I'm saying? So now I've become accustomed to their ways and how they run their hood, and very militant, and very much more of a structure. You know what I'm saying? Fourth gen is the guys of my age group. And it starts at first gen, and it works its way to the fourth gen. You know what I'm saying? So they more of a family structure. Something that I didn't necessarily, come up, involved in, because, my big homie was in a wheelchair, my other big homie was in the pen, so my active years, I hung around with the other active bloods of the city, you know what I'm saying, between North Highlands and Murder One, you know what I'm saying? So all in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying? So I associated myself with the fourth gen. Now you know, we did what we did, salute to my guys, love you guys, you know what I'm saying? We tore the streets up, you know what I'm saying? And you know, on Sundays, the thing to do was to get fresh, flamed up, whatever, and hit the park with the homies, play ball, scrap, chill. It's gonna be kids out there. It's gonna be a family thing. It's gonna be women out there. I'm talking about it's gonna be deep. You know what I'm saying? Deep cars out here. They got together every Sunday, man. That's what kind of drew me, to that's what drew me to being out here. I used to love going out there. Still love going out there. You know what I mean? Anytime it's something going on with the family out there, whatever, I'm there. Count me in. You know what I'm saying? Spent many nights there. Spent many days there. Spent a lot of time. Spent a lot of man hours out there. You know what I mean? So I developed a relationship with everybody from over there. You know what I mean? So specifically the fourth gen. You know what I'm saying? So this day, I'm living on the west side at the time. I'm living on about 10th and Rockwell, MacArthur area. You know what I'm saying? This is a crip area, but this is where I laid my head. So, I wasn't the type of person that's gonna let nobody tell me I can't be nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I can go wherever I want to go. If somebody tripping, we just gonna handle it the way we gotta handle it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm living on the west side. So a barber shop that I used to frequent was on this side of town, which a couple of partners that I knew worked in. You know what I'm saying? So I used to get my hair cut, specifically 16th and Rockwell, right there. Anybody from Oklahoma City, the area. Boomer is one of the barbers I think he was running the shop. Q, my partner, he was in the shop. And the dude named Cutting Kenny. Well, Cutting Kenny is the guy that ends up giving me a haircut now. At this day and age, it's nothing against Cutting Kenny. Cutting Kenny, we're gonna get that out the way, immediately. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no hard feelings, man. This was years ago. It is what it is. But yeah, so Now, this was like a ratchet barbershop. You know what I'm saying? These guys would be in the shop early, like 8 a.m., you know, bottles of liquor, E&J, gin, um, all type, smoking weed. Back then weed out here wasn't legal. It wasn't even medical. So, they smoke. We used to blow that, that real. Even back then, we had Reggie too, Reggie. But back in 2008, 2009, yeah, we're gonna blow some. We had gas then. We had that loud by then. Um, so this was one of those shops. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of gangbangers come through here. You know what I mean? Pistol toting, gangbangers come through here. This is one of them hood barbershops. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm kind of right at home. You know what I'm saying? So this was even the type of barbershop. Now, this shows you what kind of barbershop this is. When I pulled up to the barbershop, I stood outside and smoked a dip before I went in. So what kind of barbershop I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So now part of this story may be my fault because now that I sit and talk about it and think about it, I was high out of my mind, from the get-go. So eventually I make my way in the barbershop and I get at cutting Kenny, and I tell him what I want. I want him to put fourth gen, 4THGEN, short for generation. You know what I'm saying? I want a nice bald fade with fourth gen in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting, I'm preparing myself for the go fuck with the homies in the park. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm trying to get, I'm trying to be cool and, banged out and, I'm with it, I'm with the business, I'm trying to let the homies know I'm with the activities, you know what I mean? So um now I sit down, I get my haircut just fine, you know what I'm saying? Now, where I messed up is I should have asked for the mirror and checked it out because I didn't. Now, before he actually started cutting my hair, he informed me that, he grew up in Murder One, which made me, my guards came down, because once he told me he named off a few, guys, he named off a few names and I knew every one of them, you know what I'm saying? Um, and he named off the street he grew up on. I recognized the name of the street, I frequent this street, you know what I'm saying? So my guard was down. I'm very vulnerable at the point. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at you as one of us. I need you to put me down. You know what I'm saying? Now, anybody remember that movie, Set It Off, where he took dude told old boy, man, that AP is fat. He like, oh yeah, you want that? You know what I'm saying? You want that, man? Hey, hook him up. This was I'm feeling like that. I'm like, hey man, hook me up. You know what I'm saying? So I got all the confidence in the world that he's gonna handle his business. You know what I'm saying? I'm in her wet for one, for two, it's summertime, so I ain't really trying to be in here no longer than I got to be. I'm kind of out of bounds, but I live over here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm living out of bounds. You dig what I'm saying? I'm living out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? But, everybody in this area know me or they know of me because I frequently walk this area. Back then, I didn't even have a car. I'm walking everywhere or abroad is coming to pick me up to move me around. You know what I'm saying? Um, I had a car, but my mom took it back from me when I didn't want to do the right thing. Let's get that clear. I wanted to be in the streets. I wanted to gang bang. I wanted to dope slang. You know what I'm saying? So my mother felt like, okay, you want to do that? Psh, you on your own. You know what I'm saying? Tough love. You feel me? So um, I'm outside every day. I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point to where sometimes I used to, just sleep wherever, you know what I mean? But I'm outside though, you know what I'm saying? And we holding the set down, you know what I'm saying? But I was so ignorant in my mind because my mother had it set up for me. She paved the way for me, but I chose to be hard headed and think I knew everything and thought I was grown. Well, I was forced to grow. I was forced to be what I was wanted to, thought I was. Because the streets have a crazy way of showing you that you really, when you think you tough, just when you think you tough, the streets will show you that is somebody willing to go just a little bit farther than you. Always remember that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody paying attention to this. You know what I'm saying? So back to the story. Now, I got all the confidence in the world in cutting Kenny. Oh, you know the homies? Oh, you grew up on the block? Oh, bet. Nigga, put me in the game. You know what I'm saying? Fourth gen, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, put me in the game. So I get the cut. You know, he hit me with the alcohol. It feels good. It feels good. You know what I mean? I stood up, maybe even looked at the front, but I never checked the design because I'm just knowing that you really know what you're talking about. You say you grew up with the homies, you grew up on the block. So this is a layup in my mind. You know what I mean? Because the stuff that he ran down to me, he hit it right on the nail. You know what I mean? I hit him with the questions. You know what I mean? Who you know? Oh, yeah? You grew up where? Oh, okay. You know, he passed the initial test, flying colors. So I don't know nothing. I lead a barbershop. I make it to the park. Listen here, y'all. Y'all not understanding. I need y'all to get a visual. So this park, man, it's got about maybe 200 people at it. You know what I'm saying? It's deep out here. Damu thick. You know what I'm saying? Anybody from Oklahoma City know about Midwest City can tell you Murder One and how. And anybody can, you know, that I'm not exaggerating, not a teeny weeny bit. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about Bloods in Oklahoma City, you gotta mention them. You know what I mean? Definitely the real deal. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So I pull up to the park, you know what I mean? I get out, I'm belling, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my mind, I'm the freshest nigga out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm the freshest nigga out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm belling. I got, you know, khakis, whatever, you know what I mean? Whoop, flame, you know what I mean? Shut blood. Woo, woo. I'm probably extra out too, because I know I'm banging right here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even showed nobody. I just want niggas to catch it on their own. You know what I'm saying? And be like, oh, that's hard. But as I'm waiting to hear, oh, that's hard, I never heard that. I never got a, oh, that's hard. So I kind of, man, I wasn't even thinking. I'm just bigging it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just bigging it with the homies. And it's just one of them days I'm just everywhere, woo, woo, talking to everybody, woo, woo. So one of my brothers was like, I just heard him. I didn't even see him saying nothing, but I heard him. Like, I heard one of my homeboys say, Red Dog Blood, what the fuck is that in the back of your head? I'm like, nigga, I'm like, blood, what you mean? What's in the back? You know, at this point, what you mean, blood? I'm fourth, what? It's fourth gen. He like, no. He spelled fourth gen like the liquor. Gin. Huh? Man, stop playing with me. On the beat, he put gin like the liquor. And man, listen, if I'm freaking lying, I'm freaking dying, flying. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm lying, God, Jesus Christ, strike me down now. If I'm lying, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm thinking he lying still, but he like on the B, like, blood, look at your camera phones was just now popping. You know what I mean? So he might even took a picture, showed me. Oh, I lost it. You know what I'm saying? I lost it. Now I'm getting laughed at, man. They was laughing at me, y'all. My homeboys was laughing at me, y'all. You know how that felt as a gangster? And I'm a gangster, you know what I'm saying? But I'm already been getting put through the ringer out here because I ain't from out here. You know what I mean? And then the north side homies, they clowning because they like, man, we heard they beat you up out there. Nah, they ain't beat me up. I didn't got down out there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to get them up out there. You know, but for respect though, you know, it's a respect thing. Man, if you got an issue in the families, you can't go to the park until you handle that issue. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't had to dodge that park a couple of days because I wasn't mentally, physically ready to go get that issue out the way yet. But when I did though, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta ask me twice. I'm on my way. I'm gonna take my lumps. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom. You know, I ain't been dropped a lot of times in my whoop career, and one of them was in Murder One Park. You know what I'm saying? Dropped me. You know what I'm saying? But I sprung right back up. You know what I mean? The homies ain't gonna put no feet on me or none of that. We're gonna get up and you know what I mean? So yeah, bro, they was laughing at me, y'all. YouTube, world, my homeboys, they was laughing at me. You know what I mean? But by all rights, though. You know what I'm saying? And I probably called the barber and was saying this, then the third. Back then, I'm tripping, pushing the gas, you know what I mean? Or, we gotta get down, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I never bumped back into Kenny, man. I don't even know. I think, because in 2010 I ended up going to the pen. So, I ended up going to the yard, catching the case, my first charge, that conspiracy. Well, I caught the dope case first, but they was trying to give us some probation for that. But then I backed dope, caught the conspiracy. And then that's what sent me to the yard. You know what I'm saying? Even if they was gonna give me some probation, shoot, that was off the table once the conspiracy case was caught. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that was a real embarrassing story for me, man. The homies still clown me for that to this day. Anytime I rag on one of my homies, they gonna bring that up. I know you ain't talking. You the one put the gin in your head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like the liquor. You know what I mean? Yeah. But man, I love them guys, man, because even though we went through a spell, you know what I mean, where I was, the Negro at the park that got a bullseye on his back, I took my lumps, you know, we made good. I love them dudes, man. They're my brothers. I cut for them dudes, they cut for me. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. You know what I mean? That's how brothers rock. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna continue to rock out, man. To the casket and beyond. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for listening. I definitely appreciate the support. Let me say again, I want to thank y'all, man. We had 1,000 subscribers, baby. Y'all just got to stay down with me. Just understand that I got a job now, an actual, 7 to 3. I'm even enlighten y'all on the shift, 7 to 3, but it's 35 an hour, baby. I got to get that. I got to get that. You know what I'm saying? Me and my old lady, we trying to buy us a crib, you know what I'm saying, and put it up, and stack it up real nice and look at it. You dig what I'm saying? So I need y'all to help me get this bag because this is going to push me towards, the ultimate goal. I'm definitely going to keep y'all with these episodes. We might have to cut it down to weekly or we might have to cut it down to every 2 days or something like that. But, I'm going to keep them stories coming. And, when I keep it coming, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it funky and we're going to make you laugh a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? So listen here, man. Hey man, if you ain't yet, you need to go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell. You dig what I'm saying? So when I drop this hot fire, you know what I'm saying? You be one of the first ones to get your eyes on it. You dig what I'm saying? Hey man, it's your boy R2, man. And listen here, man, stay down. Whatever you going through, you having hard times, man, stay down, man. I had 2 bad days back to back, and I just was telling myself, like, man, this, you know what I mean? I'm tripping, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when I calm down, I chill, I just got to thank God, man, for even allowing me to go through the tribulation, because at the end of the tunnel, it's always light. You did what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind, man. Y'all be good. It's your boy R2, man, and I'm gone, man. Woo gang.